Hey everybody, it's Friday. It's almost the weekend, and here we are to do a little bit of drawing together. Isn't that lovely? Every year our family takes a week off and we go to the beach. It's a very special time. I was hoping we'd be able to do that this summer. By the looks of things, I don't know if that's going to happen. One of the things I love to do when I get out there is look at the seagulls flying around, pecking around in the sand. It's interesting, if you think about it, why do seagulls fly over the sea? If they flew over the bay, they'd be bagels. Well, I think it's time for us to do a little drawing, so why don't we snap right to it. Now, today is going to be a very fun drawing, but I will warn you up front that this one is a little bit more complicated than some of the other ones we've done in the past, but I know if you follow along, you can do it step by step. It's a really beautiful one. It's inspired actually by a piece by one of the great Western masters of art, and you'll see what I mean when we get through. Alrighty, now what we're going to do is we're going to be using straight lines. Okay, sometimes we use zigzags. All right, and other times we use nice curvy lines like that. Okay, so curve, 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 S curve, C curve, shallow C curve. You get the picture, right? Alrighty. So grab a pencil, grab a stick, grab a pen, grab a crayon, grab a little toothpick, and dip it in some mustard. You could draw with that if you like. Doesn't matter. All you need is a piece of paper and something to draw with, and we'll get to it. But first, I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. So let's do that. Let's see. We have Marcus and Flavio and Sam and Donna and Miguel. Hi, Eric. Nice to see you. And Steven, nice to see you as well. So glad you're all here joining me for this wonderful day of drawing before we kick off the weekend. All right, so now this is a tough one, so we're going to get right to it. Are you ready? First things first, you're going to do a shallow upside down V, and that's going to look like this. Like this, and like that, okay? That's how we're going to kick it off. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to draw some lines down the side. Like this. And like that. It's kind of like we're drawing what looks like sort of the shape of a house that isn't very tall, right? That's how we're starting it off. Now, I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did up at the top here. However, I'm not going to connect the lines. So watch what I mean. I'm going to come down here, stop for a moment, come down here and stop right about there. A little bit of space in the middle, okay? You can leave a little more space, a little less space. Left space? Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. All right, next thing I'm going to do, watch this. I'm just going to come out here. See that? I'm making that line a little longer. And then just the tiniest of curves. Watch. Curve, like that. And then same on this side. Out, and then curve like that. All right? Okay, how's everybody doing? So far, so good? Hi, Twee. Hi, Evan. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Pia. Hi, Ruben. Nice to see you all. Thanks for hanging out. All right, let's keep it rolling. Okay, now the next step, this is a simple one. 2 lines. Now watch about how long they are, okay? I'm just going to come down like that and like that. So that's kind of the length we're going for. Alrighty. Everybody with me? All right, I'm going to do some other lines now that are going to be almost straight out. And what I mean by that is almost perfectly horizontal. They're going to have a little bit of an angle to them. And I'm going to give myself a target like we sometimes do. I want to come out past here. If you haven't guessed already, this is somebody's head, and these are the ears, okay, on this side and here. I want to come past that ear, okay? Not too far, but about maybe, say, to here, at a little bit of an angle. So here I go. I'm just going to connect those lines. Giving yourself a target is a good thing to do. Give yourself a little dot on the page to aim for. Now I'm going to look at this ear, I'm going to come down and try and make it about the same length out on this side. All right? Now see, I didn't go straight to the dot. Don't worry about it. If you have little dots here and there on your drawing, it's not going to ruin it. It's going to look fine in the end. No worries. All right, now the next step is I'm going to draw 2 long lines, okay? And these lines are going to be a little bit past halfway for the length of this line. So if I were to go halfway down the length of this line, it would be about there. I want to snap over a little bit to here. And I'm just going to kind of come down at an angle about to there. Now, how long is that line? Well, one way to look at it is that if I were to take this line, right, and then maybe almost double it, okay, that would be about the length of this line here. I'm going to bounce over to this side and do the same thing. Going to come down like so. Alrighty, everybody's drawing should look about like this. Now I'm just going to take these lines and just connect like this little shallow C curve. That's it. Okay, and that's not too difficult, right? I know you all can follow along with that. Next, just a line straight across. Watch this. Straight across like that. That's it. Okay, and now we're going to do another very shallow V. Here it comes. V. Like that. Okay. And speaking of V's, I'm now going to do a V that is upside down. Okay, but it's a little longer. Watch. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to come out to this side and draw the same. See how long that line is? Same length right there. Same length. Out here too. Boom, like that. And now in between these two, right, I'm going to do another one. Da-da! And one over here. Dee-doo! Just like that. And we're going to carry on with the letter V because watch. V, V, V. See these V's? V, V. See what I did there? I connected all those. Let me show you that one more time. Here we go. Starting from here, I'm going to make a V and connect it to here. V, 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 like that. Alrighty. Now here's where proportion comes in. This one we gotta really get it careful. So I'm gonna look at the center of my drawing here. And right where this V is, okay, watch carefully, I'm gonna drop a line down to about there. How long is that line? Well, I think that line is roughly the same length as one of these shoulder lines here, but a little longer, okay? Doesn't matter. Somewhere in that vicinity, okay? Now here comes an interesting one. This one's gonna be a really shallow C curve, watch. And it's gonna be slightly longer than the line I just drew. So C curve, like that, okay? And see how shallow that C curve is? It's a shallow C curve, not like that. It's a shallow C curve. All right, one more time, watch. C curve, okay? Alrighty. Now, here's a fun one. Boop, straight down. I know you can do that. And then this one's gonna come out like this, straight out that way. Okay? Now, speaking of shallow C curves, see where this V is right here, the bottom of this V? Watch this. I'm gonna C curve and then straight on down. C curve, straight on down. Okay? And then just a little line like that. It's okay to leave it open like that. That's a stylistic choice. Artists have the right to make these style choices. Okay, now we're going to do another shallow C curve on this side. Here it comes. And this one I'm going to stop right about here where, you see where this straight line starts to become a C curve? Well, watch. I'm going to actually tuck it just behind there. And here it comes. C curve. Stop right about there. Leave a little space, okay? And then I'm going to do another small one. Watch this. Right here and stop about there. Okay, see where that stops? Because now, here comes a straight line. Doop. Like that. And look, I'm going to keep it going out that way. Okay, and then just a little line like that. See what we're doing there? We're putting one leg in front of the other. If you haven't guessed it, this is indeed a ballerina, right? Alrighty, so hope you're all doing okay with this one. I know it's pretty complex, but I think you can hang in there and make it work. All right, let's come up here to the face because I want to show you how fun it is to have this head tilted up. All we do is we make a little triangle. Now, I've got all this space in the head, right? So what I want to do is normally I put the mouth about here, but I want to look at the total height of this line here, and see where the ears are? Okay, see where the ears are? I'm gonna put a mouth right about there like this. Just a little shallow C curve, a little smile right there. And see how it's the same height on the head as the ears. And you think, well, gosh, that seems like it's too high up. But no, we're going to take the whole head and we're going to tilt it up, right? So up here, I'm just going to make a little triangle like that. And then next to it, watch this. 1 and 2. Okay. Now we get that the eyes are level with the nose because the head is tilted back, right? And now we're just going to curve this out. Watch. Come up, curve to here, and curve like that. And can you believe it? You just drew a perfectly posed ballerina inspired by the amazing sculpture by Edgar Degas, the French artist, who was amazing with pastels and painting and sculpture and pretty much everything. And he did a very famous piece called The Little Dancer. And I'm going to slide this ballet dancer over here to the right, right like that. And then I want to show you this sculpture. Look at this. Here is the sculpture that inspired today's drawing. Now you can see it's not exactly the same as what we have. She's in what's called a contrapposto, which is a pose where one leg, okay, is getting all of the weight of the body and the other leg is just kind of resting there for balance. But I thought it'd be fun to have the legs cross in front of each other like this, very ballet-like pose. Both my daughter and son took ballet for quite a while. My daughter actually is still taking it now, and she would be able to tell me what that pose is with the feet. So maybe someone in the chat can shout that out if you know anything about ballet. But that's a really cool drawing we just did, inspired by a great master. And it's complicated, but you know what? Give it another couple tries. If you don't feel like you got the proportions right, just try it again and see how you go, because you can always watch these back. They're all archived. And, you know, this is one of those things, if you get it right, I tell you what, it makes a really pretty drawing, doesn't it? Okay, now, you can make this your own. I always say that. Lots of ways to do that. You could, of course, change the appearance of the ballerina, right? You could make the ballerina have different kind of hair, different kind of a face, maybe different kind of a costume, maybe place the ballerina in a setting of some kind. Up to you. But really, really a nice pose, I think. And fun to do this effect where we have one foot behind the other, and you get the sense that there is that overlap just by putting one foot higher than the other, right? That's a good art trick to learn. All right, well, now it's time for what is it? Now, this is when I draw something, and you just have to tell me what it is I'm drawing. Simple as that. You think it would be simple, wouldn't you? But we have yet to have anybody get it right. Maybe today will be the exception. I'll draw something, and somebody will just nail it. So call out what you think it is in the chat. Here we go, watch. All right, I'm going to start like this. Okay, well, that looks pretty simple, right? And we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And that. Well, it looks like something we've all seen before. I think I know what this is. I've seen these around cities, eating garbage, or around picnic tables, benches. Some people call them flying rats. I don't, but I wonder what it is. Tell me what you think. Let's see. A car, says Evan. A car? What do you think? What do you think? Toucan, a pigeon. A pigeon. Yeah, I think that looks like a pigeon, don't you? It does look like a pigeon. Definitely. If you've ever done this with me before, you know that I can't be trusted, but let's just pretend for now that it's a pigeon. Seagull. That's interesting, calling back to what we were talking about earlier today. Could be a seagull, couldn't it? Front of a car. Could be the front of a car. Could be the front of a car. Wheel and a bumper. Well, let's reveal what it is, because we have to have time for the animal activity game, where you're going to name an animal and an activity, and I'm going to try and draw it in just a few minutes. What is it? Yeah, well, it sure does look like a pigeon, doesn't it? But once again, folks, you know, I try to make these easy and obvious, and yet it's not quite right. So let me show you what it is. Here, I'm just going to do this. Come up that way. Okay. Let's see. We're going to come around this way and then down that way. And here we go. Boop. Like that. And, interesting. What is this? What is this? What is this? Oh, wait a second. It's starting to shape up. Oh, folks. Yep, sorry. I thought maybe somebody would guess this. It's not a pigeon. It's a guy sitting on a log about to have his amazing, delicious, enormous sandwich. So, yeah, that's what it is. Maybe next time. We'll try that game again sometime. I know one of these days somebody's going to guess it. I know it. I know it's going to happen. And now it's time for the animal activity game, where you name an animal doing some strange activity of some kind. Could be an animal eating a sandwich. I don't care. And I will draw that animal doing that thing that you suggest, right? So it could be a cat and a skateboard or something along those lines, whatever you like. We've had some interesting ones. Yesterday it was a fox drinking a martini, of all things. And we've done a giraffe that was doing the limbo ones. We've done a rabbit doing a handstand. We've done all kinds of things. Today will be different, like every day. And I'm going to just slide this fellow, over here. Let's grab him and then just move him over there like that. Give us plenty of room for the animal and activity game. And while you're thinking about an animal activity, I'm going to grab a light color so I can sketch with that light color and really get things moving. All right, now let's see. Fooled again. Sorry, Anthony. Sorry about that. Let's see. A gorilla reading a newspaper. A bunny doing the tango. The tango. Tango involves two people, I believe, Twee. So that would have to be two bunnies, maybe? I could do that big flowing tango dress that I've seen in so many films. One time I went to Berlin, of all places, and saw people doing tango by the water in this river, and it was absolutely stunning. One of the things I'll never forget. What a beautiful sight that was. And what a cool city. A puppy searching for toilet paper. Well, something everybody's searching for at the moment. Anteater fishing. A snake drinking a milkshake. A spider self-isolating. That's funny. Polar bear eating ice cream cone. Snow skiing. Koala on the telephone. I really got to look up how to draw koalas because I get that request quite often as an animal. I promise by next week, if you do a koala thing, I'll be ready. Something with turtles. That's too vague. I like turtles though. A T-Rex climbing a tree. That's cool. We did a T-Rex one time doing shadow puppets. Turtles and bicycles. Ice bear wants to be a ballerina. A crow playing checkers. All right, folks, I tell you what. Listen. At the moment, I'm feeling good about the snake drinking a milkshake because that's just a weird one, and I haven't drawn a snake in a long time. All right, you know what? I'll call out a few more of these. Let's see. A crow playing checkers. I like that, Miguel. Private eye parakeet. Oh, a parakeet. Private eye. That's cool. We did something with a parrot once. I can't remember what it was. An octopus playing a guitar. Now wait a second. We did the octopus playing guitar, didn't we? A cow doing kung fu. An elephant flying a drone. Turtle dancing Cuban style. What does Cuban style mean? Not sure what that is. Is it a particular kind of a dance, like a merengue or something like that, or salsa? Alrighty, folks. Well, here we go. I gotta get moving. So I thank you for the wonderful suggestions, as always. Keep them coming every week because 3 times a week we do this show, and I always do the animal activity game. But the clock is ticking, so I gotta go. Here we go. Snake drinking a milkshake. Now, here's about the size I want to work with. Okay, something along these lines. And it's going to be a big milkshake. So there's that milkshake. All right. Milkshake. Going to have it running down one side like that. Delicious. Straw coming out. All right. And the snake is going to say, what a delicious milk. Hey, what flavor milkshake is it? Somebody call out the flavor of this milkshake. Curious to know what you think it might be. If it were me, what would I want the flavor to be? Hard to say, hard to say. Let's see here. Snakes, snakes, snakes. Snakes have a certain kind of a shape to the head, but I guess it depends on the snake, doesn't it? Probably a little more narrow there by the neck. There we go. Hey, this is why it's important to sketch, gang, because you get the shapes right at the beginning of the drawing. Get the shapes right at the beginning of the drawing. Let's see now. Do we want eyes closer or further back? Trying to imagine a snake in my mind. That feels better to me for snake eyes. There we go. Happy snake, happy snake. Maybe it's like a mouse flavored milkshake because snakes like to eat rodents. We have a hamster at home. We never want a snake to get that hamster. That's why we don't let her outside. Right now, the snake is gonna, part of the body of the snake is gonna pop behind here. And then I think I'll have the tail come this way back here. I like that better for a composition. And let's see, this should be about level and then around. Trying to remember my ellipses, gang. Remember my ellipses, right? Okay, I think they're in pretty good shape, right? There is that milkshake. We'll put a little cherry there because why not? Now, when I do these sketches, I just knock them back a little bit so they're light. And right on top of them is where I can draw my confident lines. And so, here goes nothing. Alrighty. Bam. Bam. There is that snake mouth. And our little straw there. There's one eye. The other one's over on that side. Little snake nose. Okay, and then down and around. And back through there. And around that way. And then we come down and around. Line weight's important, isn't it? If you can change your line weight, sometimes it's a thinner line, sometimes it's a thicker line, right? Texture's important. A few little bumps here and there make this snake look more snaky, do they not? All right, now here I gotta slow down, draw with my arm, okay? Get that straight line, come around, and now a little bit of a curve there on the edge, and then up. And two, and there we go. Nice foamy shapes, leaving a little bit of space. Okay, sometimes not connecting the lines is the way to go. Just depends, right? Line work is an interesting thing. If you want to learn more about how and when to use heavier lines and when to leave a little space when you're drawing something with line, look at comics, because comics artists are working with line work, right? Well, a lot of the time. Now, of course, there are some painted comics out there, and they are really spectacular, but for the most part, you're looking at line art, all right? And those artists have figured out the many, many ways to use line to describe, I mean, pretty much anything you can think of, right? And I mean reflective surfaces and all kinds of textures and things. Just anything you can imagine, they have figured it out. And there, folks, is our friendly snake having a delicious milkshake. Hope you like it. I certainly enjoyed drawing it. That was really fun. Now, wouldn't this be fun to stick this tongue out to the side? That's kind of funny. Alrighty, so we are going to eliminate our little sketch there. And we'll pop this back out. And guess what, folks? That is all she wrote for today and for this week. And I had such a good time hanging out with you. And as usual, drawing is something that brings me tremendous joy. It's one of my favorite things to do, if not my favorite thing to do, honestly. I hope that drawing along with me is giving you inspiration and giving you ideas for your own drawings. And remember, you can come back and watch any of these anytime. They're all archived on YouTube as well as behance.net/live/students. Okay? So these are places where you can watch these back. Thanks for hanging out with me. Looking at the chat and saying see you later. Everybody, great to be here with you. And I'll see you again next week. So I hope you all have a healthy, safe weekend, and take care.